first and foremost, I can see that you're very spiritual. I can see that you're a perfectionist, or there's maybe an aspect of your personality where, maybe at times you might kind of get wrapped up in the perfection of things. Looks like you have a lot of healing power, Pisces. It seems like the past has you kind of stuck. Because it looks like you've got some decisions to make this week, Pisces. But because of the past, once again, the devil, not once again, but I did see this in somebody else's reading. I don't remember whose reading that was, but it'll come up in the all signs. The all signs will be posted pretty soon, and you'll see. Hey, Kita, Empress Tay 377. Paid questions. K Missouri, are you doing Gemini tonight? No. I wasn't anticipating to do Gemini, but I am doing paid questions, yes. You'll see Gemini in the all signs reading. But yeah, I cannot remember who this was. Was it Libra? It doesn't matter. But the past is holding you back. You've got some decisions that you're making this week, and it's like you're not sure what decision to make. It seems like you just have a lot of different options in front of you, and you're not sure which to choose. So the past, maybe past decisions that you made when you felt like those past decisions were not correct. Those past decisions got you caught up in situations that maybe you regretted. You later on became regretful about. It just seems like that is something that's holding you back. You got a Scorpio that's now in your reading. The past is keeping you from advancing. So there's something for some of you Pisceans that your spirit guides are wanting to bring into your awareness so that you can let go of whatever this happens to be and that you can move forward. Something has you feeling stuck. For some of you Pisceans, it has you feeling a bit unhappy with your circumstances right about now, because you're afraid of making the wrong choice. So it seems like you're not making a choice at all. The past causes you, past trauma especially, past trauma is causing you to hold on to relationships. That card doesn't belong in this deck. Give me 1 second. Yeah, to hold on to relationships that have passed their expiration date. So something has possibly become a bit codependent. Pisces, maybe you're prone to get into codependent relationships. Yep. This is exactly what I suspected. Something connected to your inner child this week. It seems like that's where Spirit is putting the focus on. Does it say, allow me to give compassion and love to the little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. Interesting, there's a flower here. That's a lotus flower, if I'm not mistaken. So somebody could possibly have a flower name. Spirit is definitely calling you to dig deep. A lot of you some of you Pisceans have dad issues. And this is what is at the center, the focal point of your week this week, is your inner child. It's calling out to you. It's going to be triggered. Again, I was saying the past has you kind of feeling stuck. Something this week is going to cause you to be persistent. Pisces. All right. Something is going to require you to stay persistent. Because it seems like you're prone to second guessing your decisions. There might be some people that might come in this week, Pisces or cross watcher, to give you some valuable input. You got some material gain that's getting ready to happen for you too. Yeah, you guys want you to stay persistent. Somebody this week is looking for your loyalty. They're looking for your forgiveness. Pisces, because the last card that was facing up before I started to shuffle again said regret. I see female Pisces. Right after this reading, I'll be doing pay questions. So feel free to ask your question during that time. We'll dive right into that. Wow, I'm just looking at a lot of different things in your reading so far. You have somebody that's envious of you, Pisces, or this could be the other way around. You could possibly be envious of someone. That's what this is. This is the reason for the fear and the adversity. This feels like this is something else. And this is possibly part of the reason why the devil comes up. Whatever this is, persistence is going to be needed. Your patience is going to be needed. And the lesson is self-worth. Some lesson, or not lesson necessarily. Yes, it was a lesson, but something that happened in your life was created by some unhealthy, toxic behaviors or people. You learn to adapt to that, and now it seems like you're rewinding the gears so that you can move forward. Maybe there's somebody that you're running from, you're avoiding. Especially maybe if things got tense, maybe you had a back and forth with someone. It seems like maybe you're avoiding someone right about now. Somebody's worried about you, Pisces or Crosswatcher. Maybe somebody hasn't heard from you in a minute. Let's dive into this and let's see what's really going on with you. I will say this before I forget, because I definitely see this on the table. Children, or maybe a young adult, a teenager that's in your life, they're going through a lot of peer pressure. It's like you have a court situation coming up. Pisces, that's also something from the past that's holding you back. It could be a legal situation. Something could be pending. Something could possibly be taking you to court. Maybe you're worried about jail time. Maybe you've done jail time in the past, or perhaps you're linked to someone who could possibly be incarcerated. Seems like you're concerned about a vehicle right about now. Definitely have a higher calling, Pisces or Crosswatcher. I think you're very spiritually in tune. I think your spirit guides have a lot of guidance for you around this period of time. So even though things might feel a little bit confusing, your guides have it. They got you. They got you. They just want you to listen and hear the messages that they have for you. Yes. So things have been tense. It seems that there is someone that would, and it may not just be one person. Like we might be talking about family members, plural. Because this card does say people in harmony. So maybe that's what you want. Or perhaps there's somebody around you. It's more than one situation. Somebody is seeking union with you. And I think that maybe there is a chance to make up. I think somebody could possibly be extending the olive branch to you, Pisces or Crosswatcher. Maybe somebody wants to get on better terms with you. Whomever this is that's worried about you. What is this? This is weird. I spirit all the time. Can the readings just be normal? Can they just be normal? Spirit says, no, we're gonna talk about things that might get uncomfortable. So they're like ascensions, just sit back and get comfortable. Talk about it. Tell the people what they need to hear. So we're going to do just that. You got an earth sign. Oh, I already told you that. Earth signs are dominating your reading, and then air signs. So perhaps something is happening with an air sign or another Capricorn. Interesting. This is the second time that the devil comes out in your reading. Okay. Obsession. Let's lay out the spread. Yeah, somebody is watching you, for sure. Or you are watching someone, but maybe not saying anything. Somebody watches you with a lot of obsession, Pisces. Well, like I said, flip it, reverse it. And that's what's going on. You got some money coming in, and you got somebody coming in to talk to you. Oh, somebody from your past. Okay, so I was thinking the past was holding you back. Maybe it's a past person. See, there's a past person, possibly this King of Pentacles or this Aries. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's just heavy on your mind. Or there's somebody that's just really thinking about you. Would definitely see somebody falling in love. Like I said, this could be a young adult. This could be a teenager in school. Somebody just really likes you. So maybe that's what that's about. Because it looks like maybe somebody is looking for someone like you, Pisces. There's something that's very unique, very endearing, very charming that somebody sees in you. I hope you can forgive me one day. Somebody said something, like I said, something may have gone back and forth between you and someone. So this obsession might not be so strange. The obsession could be that somebody is like really obsessed thinking about the situation over and over again. Maybe trying to figure out how you can get on better terms, how things can possibly be better. Somebody feels like they were in the wrong. Pisces. And like I said, somebody's bringing a peace offering. In the meantime, you definitely want to guard your energy. You got somebody watching you, especially online. You said he's a Sagittarius. He just told me there's someone else. So I blocked him. You said, yeah. You said he watches you. You got more than one person that's watching you for some of you. What's going on with Pisces? The watcher. Some of you, the Gemini that's watching you. For others of you, maybe there's somebody that you were with. You once had a relationship with someone, a romantic one, and they're watching. For some of you, it's the third party. Let me explain to you a third party situation, because some of you are single. You're like, well, where would there even be a third party? Where would that make sense, essentially? Somebody is emotionally invested in you. Somebody still cares for you. There's still an emotional attachment. Even if they're with somebody else, even if you haven't seen this person in forever, you haven't spoken to them in forever, somebody still cares for you. They're with somebody else, but they're thinking about you. Somebody wants to be with you. Somebody feels like they messed things up. They want you to forgive them. But again, not all of you is this a romantic thing. You might have a situation with a friend that kind of fell off. You're going to somebody for advice. So somebody is maybe going to get advice from someone to see maybe how they can get back on better terms with you. You're taking a flight, Pisces. It seems like you could be traveling, or someone that you're linked to possibly could be. Somebody wants to spend quality time with you. So this obsession might be that some of you, I mentioned to you, the hopeless romantic. So I mentioned to you, some of you could possibly be falling in love. You're looking for someone. Somebody's looking for someone with the exact qualities that you have. Somebody sees that in you. I mentioned to you, they're an admirer of you. I think for some of you Pisceans, someone could possibly be approaching you and telling you this. And again, not in all instances is this a romantic situation. Especially if maybe you do something online, you post online or this sort of thing. It seems like this is where you may have an admirer. And they may be expressing to you how much they do admire what it is that you do. You're going to the gym, Pisces. Maybe you could be working out. Maybe you have a fitness goal. maybe eating prepackaged meals. Maybe you're deciding to maybe cook at home, eat healthier. You're having an issue with a roommate, this feels like, or somebody that you live with. You need to charge your Pisces. You got, okay. So maybe right now you might be connected to somebody that complains a lot. Maybe there's somebody that you feel is excessively loud. Pisces. Maybe you're drinking a lot of coffee. And I definitely see somebody that is, what am I trying to say? Drama filled, which we'll get to in a minute. Viral video star. Okay. That's what I mean. Either you are the observer of something that is going on, and like I said, maybe there's somebody that you're watching, maybe on socials, maybe on television. Maybe you have an aspiration for doing something. Somebody sees something that you're doing, Pisces or cross watcher. As I mentioned to you, you're posting online or this sort of thing is gaining a lot of attention. And some laundry that maybe you're catching up on. You got a lot on your plate this week, Pisces. Just a lot of things that I think that you're catching up on. You might have pets. Some of you might have kids. Seems like you got a lot of work that's kind of piling up. Maybe you might need to get to the store, get some groceries, get to the bank, maybe clear up a financial situation. And the place that you're traveling might be a place that's familiar to you, a place that might take you back to childhood, or might take you back to a fond memory that maybe you have. So somebody is watching you, but there's somebody in particular that's watching you, because spirit guides say, no, there's somebody. They're pinpointing somebody in particular that's watching you. So I think whatever it is, if you do happen to be someone that posts things online, or you are just kind of like popular, you're in the limelight, this sort of thing, you do something, and maybe you don't. Maybe you're, again, the observer of something. Maybe you are the consumer of what this happens to be. Maybe it's your favorite TV show or whatever. Seems like you're just really obsessed with something that you like. However, if you are posting, there's someone in particular that's watching you with obsession. And somebody that's, I think some of you work online. That's what you do professionally. That's what you do for work. And that's where the watcher is. Somebody's watching you at work. Spirit brings up this King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn that could be relevant. Seems like you've been having some financial troubles. I'm trying to see what this person is watching you for. What do they want? There's a Leo. This person could possibly be a Leo. There's an Aries. Once again, the devil. This is the third time the devil comes out. Okay. Some of you Pisceans, people are watching you for good reasons. And somebody is obviously watching you for bad reasons. Drama queen. They're watching you. Somebody's up to something. It says Pisces. So they got some tricks up their sleeve. Why? Okay, spirit guides. What is really going on? Why the weirdness? Who are you? And why do these people care so much? You are the leader. Some of you are a Leo. You have Leo placements. One second. This card fell in an awkward spot. Card that fell. The celebrity. I lead with my light. You are the messenger. There's something that I think that you're saying. I think you're posting with a purpose. And I think that, like I said before, there's something that you do that people enjoy. They look forward to whatever it is that you are posting. Like I said, you're posting something, you're gaining popularity. More people are interested in what it is that you're saying. But remember, I was telling you there's someone in particular, because spirit guides say this is the watcher, this is the one, this particular person. There's a lot of energy coming out of this person's eyeball. I think somebody is watching you possibly give you the evil eye. Reason I say that, because you got adversity and you got the devil 3 times. And you got this card that says guard your energy. So I feel that there is somebody that is giving you the evil eye, and then you got the devil and the 10 of swords right here. This feels like somebody has some bad intentions. You got somebody that is a bit of a backstabber. And this is also someone who is amongst the watchers who happens to be watching you with obsession. So anytime you post, this is going to be somebody that responds first. They want to see, right? They might be the first one to come and thumbs down your video. This person is a troll. And I think as you continue to gain momentum with your posting, and even if you don't post, okay, if it's not that you post, you do something in the media professionally, change it, fill in the blank. Whatever it is that you do professionally, somebody does not like what you do is the point, and somebody's trying to shut you down. So not everybody that you work with or work around or whatever has the best intention for you. It's happening for you in 3 days. Where are we? So we're talking about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Something might be happening on Wednesday. There might be some sort of success that comes in for you this week, but you might have to wait a few days for something. So if you are maybe in the waiting process of something might play out. The number 3 is relevant for you in some type of way. Waiting for some cards to fall. Okay, anger. Is somebody pissed off that you're posting? Probably. Somebody's pissed off that you're gaining in popularity, or you're becoming more consistent. Maybe this is you. Maybe you feel like you have an issue with anger. You got this card that says, I hope I can forgive you one day. Or it says, I hope you can forgive me one day. Maybe that's how you feel. Sincerely, be like, I hope I can forgive you one day. Like in a sarcastic way. Maybe it's just, like I said, the past is something that's dragging you down. So maybe it's just kind of hard for you to really let go of what happened. Maybe it's not the forgiveness aspect, but it's the audacity of somebody to do what they do or do what they once did that is just pissing you off. That's something that has you angry. Because I think, honestly, you did give your trust to someone and they stabbed you in the back. And some of you, it's not just one person. We're talking about people that have done this. So it seems like maybe you're kind of treading lightly. Maybe you're kind of like taking a step back from people right about now. And it seems like maybe you got other things that you're working on. You're working on your success, or you're kind of doing some deep diving into you and into figuring out what's really going on. What's the core issue with you? Because if I didn't say this before, since we're talking about the past, I feel like there is a pattern that maybe you're noticing in your life, and now you're feeling like, okay, it's time for me to release this, which is precisely what your guides are talking to you about. What is it? What aspect of yourself do you not really like? Because the card is saying, I hope. Let me just grab it. I hope you can forgive me one day. This could be your conversation to self, because maybe there was something. Every last one of us walking this earth's surface has things about ourselves that we don't like. We all have a shadow. So maybe this is you do after having done some introspection, and maybe you're coming to see that, yeah, maybe you are the common denominator in certain situations, where maybe there were certain back and forth situations. And you know what? At the same time, there are times where you might have to kind of stand up for yourself and be assertive and tell somebody how you genuinely feel. And not all situations may be pleasant in certain instances. So take it however it genuinely applies. Maybe there was something that you did need to say in that moment. But looking back, there's a lot of regret about how something played out, especially if this came to blows, especially if maybe something broke out in violence. And if this was because that's what that looks like to me. Like that's what potentially happened. Like maybe you got into it with somebody, maybe something got a bit too physical, and then it ended up getting out of hand, and then it landed somebody in legal trouble. So, spirit guides are saying, Pisces, be mindful of your anger. But at the same time, it's not trying to shame you for your anger. Anger in itself is not a bad thing. But there's some sort of trigger that comes up this week. And it has everything to do with your inner child and a lot less to do with the situation at hand. It's your triggers. Like I said, something is preventable. So if we're talking about legal trouble, it doesn't have to play out this way. But Spirit is giving you a forewarning. They're saying, hey, something could possibly get out of hand. Somebody that you're prone to maybe go back and forth with could possibly be coming up. They could possibly be coming into your energy. Since we're talking about guarding your energy and such. And maybe they don't necessarily come up in the human form. Like they don't come to you physically to have a conversation with you, but they might be coming up in thought. And as you're thinking about somebody that maybe, or thinking back to situations that were unpleasant, where you had an unpleasant experience, it might, of course, invoke a negative emotion or a perceived negative emotion. Anger is not necessarily negative. It's just what you do with this anger. You might be snapping on people, and maybe people don't really know what's going on. You do, or you might have a clue. Maybe you don't know it's your inner child. You don't know it's past trauma that's kind of blocking you in some sort of way. I think this week is making you become more self-aware. Somebody's been avoiding you. You've been avoiding something. What have you been avoiding? A person? Yes. What somebody has been avoiding is this conversation and this apology. Yes. Somebody says, Pisces, how come I can't seem to get this right? I hope you can forgive me one day. And somebody put their foot in their mouth. And like I said, somebody might have thought something was really funny, right? Somebody was provoking you, maybe looking for a fight, right? Trying to provoke you. So maybe they said some things that did piss you off. And now it looks like somebody is like, wow, you know what? I put my foot in my mouth. Why did I do that? There's a lot of regret. This, like I said, this could be you, or this could be somebody around you. You do post online, of course. You know how it goes. Trolls. Somebody doesn't like your confidence, Pisces or cross-watcher. So they're coming in trolling you. Why? Because they want a reaction. They want you to, especially if you're doing something live, somebody wants to like paint you in a negative light. Random side note, maybe you're finding a key. Maybe there's a key that you lost. You could possibly be locating that key. So you got that situation going on. Let's see. Like, is there something going on in your love life? Possibly, but this week you're doing a lot of reflection. I don't know if you can see that clearly. It does say reflection. And while you're doing this reflection, maybe there's somebody that you are going to talk to. Maybe there is somebody that's very supportive, or they're playing a supportive role to you in something that maybe you're coming to realize. Because it looks like something this week is causing you to not feel like you're yourself. Somebody getting sent home. I'm going to see what this is about. Okay. What else is going on in the life of Pisces? Let's see what's going on at work. Karma and Tarot says, happy birthday, Pisces. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Pisceans. Let's see what's going on at work. Pisces. Okay, somebody's definitely trying you at work. Are you always this depressed? Or you could be dealing with somebody who is. Somebody is trying to get. Somebody's definitely trying to rally you up. So if this didn't happen already, well, this could be happening on repeat, really. Somebody's really acting out. Oh, interesting. Spirit says something about your mom. Maybe have you talked to your mom lately? Maybe your mom is thinking about you. It might be your mom that's worried about you. You might be the mom or the dad, older sibling. Somebody is concerned about someone. Looking at numbers. Just something that caught my attention. I'll set it aside and we'll get to that. We already briefly talked about it, but we'll go back to that topic in a minute. You're looking at numbers. It seems like you're very fixated on numbers. I did say maybe you're taking a trip to the bank. Maybe this is you looking over your bank statement, your budget. Possibly some of you, maybe you work in finance. Maybe you're doing your taxes. Maybe you doing your taxes. You could be talking to a tax professional. Interesting. As soon as I part the deck, I got the job. Oh, okay. So that's what's been going on with your money. Oh, you're not getting into it with somebody at work, but I did say that you could possibly be. Yep. You got a job interview. You could possibly be meeting with the head of the company. Unless this is you, perhaps you want to be the CEO of your own company. It seems like you're going to dress to impress. Pisces, you're going into that job interview and it looks like you get it. It seems like that might be what you're worried about is your money. You're worried about your money. You might be worried about a relationship. If it is not your relationship, you could possibly be the one that's giving advice about something. You could be the one that's giving some relationship advice to somebody, right? Because it looks like there's somebody that's going through something with their relationship, and you could be their shoulder to cry on in a particular situation. So if it's not your relationship, you're not a counselor, a marriage counselor, or this type of thing, then yeah, some of you might be. Seems like you're behind with some work though. Some of you already have a job. You've been there for a minute. You've been putting in some time there. Others of you, the stress is you don't have a job and your finances, your bills have been piling up and you're stressed out and you're worried how things are going to get paid. Those of you who are working, you might work in a mental health facility, or this might be you that was telling you, Pisces, are you always this depressed? Let's talk about it. So I mentioned to you, you're doing some reflection, right? You're working on your inner child. It's naturally going to bring up emotions. It's naturally going to, you know what I mean? But you might be prone to kind of beat up on yourself. The whole purpose was for you to release. So it's going to be, you might have an emotional roller coaster kind of day or kind of week. Or maybe it's just been ongoing for you. So if you do get down emotionally, Guys, you're saying just don't stay there. Don't let it become a sadness party. I don't want to call it a pity party because I'm not trying to make it seem like I think that you're feeling sorry for yourself. I think something valid, truly valid, is going on in your life that's causing you to feel the way that you're feeling. It just seems like your spirit guides are saying don't stay there. Get some help. Talk to someone if things get too heavy. I hope this isn't about a person that has you feeling depressed, but it could be. So let's talk about this, Pisces. So if you are in a relationship with someone, if there is somebody that you're seeing, it looks like in some situations, hear me clearly when I say some situations, because this isn't everybody's story. It's not even every Piscean story. So even though I'm talking to the zodiac sign of Pisces, some of you, I'm not speaking to you at all. This is not your story. Some of you, you're dealing with someone who is not monogamous. They're not committed whatsoever, but you're devoted to this person. But behind your back, they're doing some shady, effed up stuff. So this feels like your spirit guides are saying, you know what, Pisces, be careful about who you're giving your trust to. It is not saying be paranoid, but it is saying to use discernment. Because it looks like you're really giving your all to somebody. Or this is something that you want. You really want a genuine connection with somebody. And it looks like somebody is coming in around this period of time. So if you haven't been dating somebody, I think you will likely be figuring out whether or not you feel that you're emotionally ready to date, or if it's your inner child issues that maybe you have to confront first before getting into a relationship. Some of you might decide to skip that step and go for the companionship first. Something could possibly take you in a circle. Because it's coming up so heavily, Pisces, it seems like there's something that you can't quite avoid. Something is hidden from you. It seems like somebody is trying to hide something from you. Or maybe something in your life is kind of hidden. You're trying to figure it out and you're having to go chase to see what this thing is. You got a headache, Pisces. So yeah, you got a lot going on at work. Some of you work from home. You are working parents. Or you are a caregiver to maybe some people that are younger than you, maybe kids, maybe other people. Like I said, maybe you work in healthcare. It just seems like there's somebody at work that is a problem. And that might this week come up to be a bit of a distraction for you. Looks like there's somebody you haven't seen in a minute. You might be catching up with them. Or you might get a call from them and maybe somebody is maybe wanting to talk about maybe meeting up to have a conversation. Because I did say maybe you're going back to a familiar place, maybe a place where you grew up at. What's going on at work for the Pisces Nation? I think some of you do. There's a dream career that you have or an aspiration that you have to do something else. I think you might be working a full-time thing and maybe part-time, maybe working to accomplish a particular goal that you have. Guides are saying your mindset is everything when it comes to your money, because I think that for some of you, it's due to the fact that you got the scarcity mentality and it's causing your pockets to be empty. You got an employment changes coming up for some of you. So maybe you feel like, okay, this job is just irritating me. The people that I work with are, you see who these people are. You see what their motive is. Not all of you work around somebody that's I was about to say crazy, but it's irritating or full of drama. For some of you, I think that if there is a snake in the grass, you're definitely seeing who the snakes in the grass are. Cards are falling everywhere. Like you're afraid to make a choice. It also feels like there's a lack of funds that's also getting you down. Something could possibly happen this work, because I did say that somebody is trying to trigger you. They're looking for a response. Pisces, I hope nobody's trying to fight with you at work. This isn't a physical altercation, is it? And I'm like, if so, where the heck do you work? What's going on with Pisces? Anyway, it looks like somebody's trying to get you sent home. Or if you're doing something on the clock that maybe you ought not be doing, something gets somebody sent home. Maybe that's causing somebody's money to be affected. Because it seems like you're kind of treading on thin ice at work for some of you Pisceans. It seems like you already wanted this career change. You already did. It seems like you're exhausted. You're going to work emotional. And it seems like somebody is just really targeting you. Or it's the pressure of your job that's just starting to get to you. And it seems like you're the outsider. You're the odd man out at work. Pisces. I think somebody's targeting you. That might be somebody that is this drama queen that's targeting you. That's what I mean. Somebody wants to elicit a reaction from you so that you can go home. You drink, Pisces. Looks like somebody might be a heavy drinker. Yeah. If you don't know who's targeting you, you're getting ready to see who it is. Like I said, if you don't know who the snakes in the grass are, you're going to see who it is. I don't think you like this job. I think some of you are just working this job because it gives you money. Some of you might be a dancer. It seems like you're ready to run from the door. Run for the door as soon as you get there. It seems like you feel stuck. Some of you are single parents, if I didn't say that. The point that I'm trying to make is that I think that there's a positive change coming in for you when it comes to your career. For some of you, the positive change is that you get the job. You get the news this week. That this week, or I guess, yeah, that's the next 7 days. You are Sunday, right? Cards have fell everywhere. Oh, okay. This makes a lot of sense. This makes a lot of sense. Thief, stealing money. Oh, goodness. Creative ideas, affection, or powers you think you lack. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo or a Libra. Somebody is stealing something, of course. Like I said, especially if you work online. You work in social media or you're doing something online that's picking up momentum. It's monkey see, monkey do in social media. People are going to kind of copy what it is that you're doing. You got a creative idea that maybe you do want to put out there. Like I said, maybe you want to be the CEO of your own company. Somebody is copying your material. It's like somebody's trying to replicate something that you do so that they can have a come up. So maybe that's something that you're irritated about at work. And it seems like your material, your content is what's being targeted. And it seems like some people feel like they're getting away with it or that it's just gone undetected. Somebody's pointing something out. Somebody sees what's going on. It seems like somebody has a reaction about that. Like they're pissed off. Maybe somebody feels like you are the one that's pointing something out, Pisces. Somebody's getting exposed this week for being a thief, for being a liar, for being a fake. It's like somebody's saying your stuff word for word. Let me in. I think you're expecting company. Yeah, some of you are performers Are you going to a concert or something like this? Somebody could possibly be asking you out on a date. Maybe it's a friend. Like I said, you might be meeting up with a friend, a past coworker, or something like that. Maybe a family member that you haven't seen in a minute. You're going to, maybe that's what I say. Maybe you are going to dinner with somebody. Yeah, I promise you. Somebody has something going on with their mental health. Somebody needs some help. Maybe they're not really saying so though, Pisces or Crosswatcher. Yeah, see, there's something that you worked very hard for. Somebody is coming in to try to ruin it for you. That's what that looks like. That's what I mean. But somebody trying to target you. And somebody in particular. Traveling, you're going to the airport, you're going to pick somebody up at the airport. Somebody's traveling. Somebody's on the move. Or perhaps you're meeting up with somebody, you're making plans to meet up with somebody, this looks like. Let's talk about your money real quick. Because I do see you're waiting for some money to materialize. I did say you were going to the bank. You're waiting for some money. It seems like this money does come in, Pisces or Crosswatcher. You do happen to be a business owner. Maybe something kind of picks up in momentum for you this week. Does definitely feels like the competition is trying to stomp you out. You got an animal, a pet, possibly maybe you work with animals or you have pets. Seems like there's a pet that might be either ill, might be under the weather, might have some sort of an injury. You got some money that's coming in. It comes in sometime this week, Pisces or Crosswatcher, a financial situation that you're really worried about. You've got a Leo. Some of you are Leos or you have Leo placements. It might be a Leo that might come in to help you with something. Somebody is helping someone, lending somebody money possibly. It might be an earth sign. Once again, you have the 10 of Swords. Something is going on with the intestinal tract. Pisces or Crosswatcher, maybe it's not a bad idea to drink some more water. Like there might be something blocking something. Like, what's there? Like EGD. So maybe you could get something, you might be going to the doctor to maybe get some sort of scan, especially like EGD, they feed a camera with a wire down your esophagus into your stomach to see what's going on. So it's either that or it's a colonoscopy. Something is going on with the colon, is what this looks like to me. Random side note, I don't know who that's for. Looks like maybe you're gaining some weight, maybe you have some stubborn chub you might feel around your midsection. Again, it just seems like you're very body conscious. I was telling you earlier, I think you're every bit of a perfectionist. What I also think that you are, Pisces, is very spiritual. I think you're very powerful, but I think that you underestimate your power, your abilities. Maybe you might be deciding to meditate more. Somebody is a smoker. Yeah. So yeah, you're waiting for money. I think that money is coming in. Either the money is coming in or there is news that comes in about money and then the money materializes. So you might be getting some money kind of padding your bank account, or this money could come in, as I mentioned to you, as a loan from maybe a financial institution. It is Mercury retrograde. Either from a financial institution, somebody lending you money, or you are lending someone money, or there's money that you're waiting for that finally comes in. It might be through a legal situation. Now, since we're talking about the legal situation, okay, it seems like somebody has done something. Looking back, and feeling like they made a wrong choice. Especially, like I said before, if something came to blows and if maybe liquor and emotions were involved, this sort of thing. Like something got out of hand, right? Some sort of back and forth that maybe you had with someone, because I think some of you, you have a pending court situation. Or for some of you, you're waiting for a decision to be made. If it's not court, it could be a job. Maybe somebody around you is very destructive. Maybe somebody is giving you destructive criticism. Maybe there's somebody that feels like but this could even be yourself. Maybe there's somebody that's well-meaning, but maybe something that somebody says to you is really not that constructive. I think your emotions are going to come in like a flood, Pisces or cross watcher. Roll with it. Like I said, this is going to be an emotional week for you. You might feel like you're drowning in your emotions. And as I mentioned to you, if it gets too dark, it gets too deep, it gets too heavy, okay, advice, talk to someone. You're going through it with somebody. This is exactly what I thought it was. Now, this is not some sort of verbal altercation that you're getting into with somebody. And it seems like you're getting into it spiritually with somebody. I mentioned to you, there's somebody that doesn't like you. I don't know. Did you get into a car accident? You did not, then you could possibly be witnessing a car accident. And when I'm saying car accident, don't think, you know what I mean? Don't automatically go extreme in your mind about a car accident. It could be a minor fender bender. You could possibly be witnessing it as you're driving by in traffic or something like that. Now, if we're talking about a court situation, and you do have a legal situation that has something to do with drunk driving, or you do have a situation where your spirit guides are saying use your judgment when it comes to drinking and driving, is this a good idea? Spirit guides say no. That's when the courts get involved. That's when something legal might happen. And maybe that's where the foolishness comes from. And perhaps that's where the legal trouble came from. Like I said, liquor, alcohol, tempers, and such. Somebody trying to provoke you, trigger you. It could be you, Pisces, doing this to someone. You're going to court for whatever reason. Somebody could possibly someone could possibly be released on bond or house arrest, probation. You had a car accident over the weekend. I hope you're not injured. Hope you and everybody that was in the accident are safe. And everybody's safe and sound. Since you got into a bad car accident last month. Wow. So what's getting ready to happen, spirit guides? Your angels are definitely around you. There is no doubt that you have angelic protection. Somebody is trying to get you to lose your job, it looks like. I don't think that that's something that you have to worry about. I don't think so. I think you have to be worried about it. I think you are worried about maybe your job performance. Your angels come in, Pisces or cross watcher, to give you justice with regard to something that's going on, especially if something has just been completely unfair to you. Something has happened beyond your control. Your angels come in to fight this spiritual war for you. Or if this is where you need your angel's assistance in the courtroom, because it definitely, I mentioned to you, somebody is trying to target you. Somebody is saying something is your fault. It's you. You did something, you know what I mean? It seems like somebody is just very critical of you, like I said, destructive. Or this is something that you did, and I don't know. It seems like there's a judge, a lawyer, or whatever. Somebody's coming down very hard on you. Maybe you feel like the odds are stacked against you when it comes to court. Where you feel like maybe the court is maybe a bit biased. Just to protect a child. Some of you might have maybe CPS involvement. What do you call that in different states? DCFS, Department of Child and Family Services. Maybe this situation involves kids. Getting into it, you're going back and forth with a child. Instinct. Since we're talking about protecting children and such, it might be your parental instinct or the instinct of an elder that might step in to protect the child against something that maybe they don't see clearly, something that you might feel that they're getting into some foolishness, or that they may do something that they regret. You step in, your instincts kick in to protect a child. Yeah, something is definitely disguised. So if someone is trying to disguise something in court, or disguise the truth about you, this is your angels that come in to protect you. Yes. Something is a mystery. I think it's your circumstances. You're not sure what to do about maybe something that's going on. Maybe you don't have all of the answers, or you don't have all the puzzle pieces to kind of connect all the dots together. So Leo, that comes up again. You guys are talking to you about getting some rest. Yep. Consume. This has something to do with whatever it is that you're posting. You got some vultures. We talked about thieves, corruption. Yeah. I think that this is other people, spectators that are getting to see also what the heck is going on. Because it seems like whatever you're posting for some of you, or whatever you're doing, it seems like maybe this is something that's very sacred to you. This is something that means a lot to you. And someone is just coming to kind of steal. We did talk about adversity. So for some of you, the adversity is happening at the hands of other people. It's because of others that are around you. You're moving to a different town, it looks like. Pisces. Anything else, Holy Spirit, with the Pisces nation? Yeah, it looks like you're really trying to get a hold of your finances. Somebody's constantly on the game. Maybe you're doing this to relieve your anxiety. Maybe it's time to get a new car. Seems like something might be going on with your vehicle this week. Especially if you need to look into your car, get it serviced. It seems like you're nervous about a car for whatever reason. Maybe it's a car payment. Maybe it's the way that the car is acting. I think maybe some of you you're looking into a different mode of transportation, or you're like, you know what, it's time to get a new car. What is this about? Danger. What's the danger? Maybe you're saying some supernatural things this week, Pisces. Maybe that's something that's just ordinary for you. What's the danger for it? I think this is a person. Yes. Thank you, Spirit guys. I see it. Yes. Your instinct. Okay. I don't know who this is, though. Your instinct is telling you that maybe there is danger. I don't know who this is, though. Who's imposing the danger? I think this is somebody that you're protecting. It doesn't have to be physical danger. Maybe somebody is in danger of emotional harm because of something. Wow, okay. Maybe some of you are shopping at Target, possibly. There's something you need to return. You might need your receipts. I think somebody is getting receipts. Thank you, Spirit guides. Your instinct is telling you something. Something is a mystery. You're getting receipts on something. Pisces, there's something that maybe was a mystery to you at some point. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a situation. And that's that you're trying to piece things together. You're going to get proof of something. this week. Something's going to begin to make a lot of sense to you. Oh, is it time to pay your credit cards? It seems like you're concerned about your credit card debt. You're concerned about a landlord might be acting up around this week. Maybe you're late with your rent, Pisces or cross watcher. Maybe you feel like your rent is just sky high. And maybe people feel like you're a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. You might be going on a trip where someone could possibly be inviting you somewhere. And I think somebody's trying to hide something from you, possibly by deleting something. Maybe on their phone, maybe their browsing history. Somebody doesn't want you to see or know what they're doing, Pisces. They don't want you to know what they're up to. Especially if this has something to do with money. Or they don't want you to know who they're talking to. So somebody could possibly be moving back in. Maybe it's the cost of living that has you possibly thinking about moving back someplace, moving in with someone that maybe you used to live with. You got mom here, so maybe you might be moving back in with your parents, or you might be moving back in with family, or you have a young child that could be moving back in. So we talked about maybe CPS involvement. Some of you, maybe you do have a case such as this. Maybe your kids are possibly coming back home. I think you're anxious about a court situation, Pisces or cross watcher. But it looks like something is actually going to work out better than maybe you thought. Spirit guides, what is the advice for the Pisces nation for the next 7 days? Say advice for the Pisces. Breathe. Breath is sacred. To replenish yourself, slowly inhale wellness and clarity to the count of 6. Then exhale stress to a count of 6. A breathing situation, maybe you have anxiety. Your guides are saying you might have to kind of slow down a little bit. Pisces, you might be in a situation where you're panicked, you're worried, you're having a panic attack. Your spirit guides are talking to you about finding ways to calm yourself in stressful situations. You might be somebody that's prone to overthink. It seems like you're thinking in circles. Advice, Holy Spirit, for the Pisces nation. Let yourself receive support. It is often easier for empaths to give than to receive. Allow others to support you. Experience the pleasure of their caring energy. Spirit is sending in supportive people. Pisces or cross watcher. We talked about that briefly. That there's somebody that's coming in to give you advice or give you a shoulder to cry on. Especially if we're talking about fearful situations, things that you're afraid of. This is what I mean. If things get too emotional, things get too heavy for you, because as I mentioned to you, let's roll it back. I said that your emotions might come in like a flood. They might just kind of hit you out of nowhere. You guys are saying, breathe, Pisces, you can handle this. Spirit is sending people in to help you, to talk to you. Practice self-soothing. You have the power to comfort yourself when you're upset. Place your hand gently over your heart. Send yourself unconditional love and ease tension and frustration. Something is obviously causing a lot of tension in your body. It's causing you to feel very frustrated. Or this is a pattern, like we talked about, some sort of pattern that maybe you're dealing with within self. You're finding different ways to calm or soothe yourself or somebody around you, maybe a child. So if you are not the one that's going through the anxiety and such, maybe it's somebody that you're trying to protect. You are the nurturer. You are someone that's being that soother. I know that's a word, but you're providing the soothing, I guess, for someone. All right, Pisces Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. If you found that this reading was helpful, give this reading a thumbs up. Consider subbing to my channel if you are not yet a subscriber. Leave a comment below. You never know how your bravery and honesty may help another in the comments. Thank you, Pisces Nation, for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, and productive week and birthday. I'll see y'all in the next one.